Hello, I'm Rob, N1NUG. This is going to be another installment in my ham radio fox hunting video series. Now today we're going to be putting the equipment that I borrowed from Bill, KC1JTS, to the test. So behind my house here, I've got about 100 acres of woods that are public access to play around on. So I've taken Bill's fox box and I've hidden it somewhere out there on the property. So in case you haven't seen any of the other videos in the series yet, I'll show you the main antenna that we're going to be using to conduct the hunt. This is a tape measure Yagi, again built by Bill, KC1JTS, and connected up in between the Yagi elements and the radio is an offset attenuator. On the other end of the attenuator, I've got my trusty old Alinco DJ1G HT connected up, and I like this HT because it's got a nice granulated signal meter, so that when you're looking at the signals, you get a really good indication of how strong the signal is that you're receiving. Now, I don't have the elements of the antenna unfurled yet because I don't want to poke my eye out, but let's try and key up the fox box from here and see if we can actually key it with the antenna like this and how strong it is here in the yard. Okay, you guys can probably hear it. You can see on the signal meter, it's actually quite strong. Stronger than I thought it would be. Now, if you missed the video that I made about the fox box itself, it's just basically constructed with a controller and a Baofeng radio. Now, the Baofeng is set to low power, and the thing is probably half a mile away, but we're still getting it kind of full scale here and not really able to get a good reading on it with the antenna the way that it is. But that's okay. We've got the offset attenuator that we can use to cut that signal and help us find it. So we're going to get started and see what we can do. We're going to be using the 2-meter antenna with the offset attenuator there, and my sister KB1WQK has got an HT with a paperclip antenna that she's going to use to try and see if she can find her way. So we're at a 3-way junction in the trail. Do you have enough of a signal reading to determine which way you want to go?
Yeah.
Which way?
We're gonna go that way. To the left.
You're gonna go to the left? All right. Not hearing anything?
No.
Maybe you should play with the attenuator and turn it down some.
I have a real strong signal.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Okay, now try it. Which way?
Right that way.
All right, well, are you going to cut through the woods or stay on the trail?
I think we're going to stay on the trail for now.
All right, good plan. Now, what technique are you using? You're trying to do the body fading?
The bobby pin trick, and when I used my body as a shield and pointed the bobby pin as an antenna, my strongest reading on the meter was in this direction.
You're facing that direction, but if you look at the antenna, the way it's going to work is the strongest signal is going to come to the side of it, not off the tip of it.
Okay.
So your radio is not pointing necessarily at that direction. So it could be coming from this way or that way, the way that you're doing it. And then using your body as a blocker, you know that it's probably not coming from directly behind you.
All right.
So if you guys had to kind of average your readings together, your findings, what direction do you think you would want to go?
Back this way.
Back that way?
Yeah.
What do you think, Luke?
Do you want to go forward and try it and see if the signals get weaker, and then we go back that way? If they get weaker farther up, then that's how in the past when I tried to find that fox in Enfield, we took roads to the north, south, and signal got shorter, weaker, I should say, and that's how we determined, okay, it's not in that direction, we got to go back. So I think if we go this way and find the readings get weaker, then we know definitely it's back that way. Yeah.
So we're near another intersection on the trail. So you're going to take another reading so we can determine which way to go. Now, if you need to play with that attenuator a little bit, you can to boost the signal.
Right back that way. My signal was strongest if it's, you know, this way.
Your signal says sort of behind me, and your signal says off that way. Well, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm
that a
gonna
geocache?
follow on this
Where?
way. And
Right there in that tree.
Where?
Or is that just
Oh,
a geocache?
well, we didn't find the Fox box yet, but you found an accidental geocache. Is it just a stamp?
Yeah.
It's a letterbox then.
the trail did that. Then.
So yeah, show me the stamp. What does it say on it? Can you read it?
Australia?
We'll have to check the letterboxing site later and see if they've got one hidden. Now, when they hide those, they don't give you coordinates.
Okay.
They give you clues, and then you have to go find it based on the clues. Whereas with a geocache, you get the coordinates.
So there's nothing like in here to. It's
No.
just a little camouflage tape on the outside and a stamp, rubber stamp.
Okay.
So where's the strongest?
Right here,
So
it's,
two
it's
is-
1.
Okay.
Nothing. 1. Nothing. 1. That was weird. It was 2 before when I faced it over here.
Now keep going. So now one thing that I should probably tell you is that sometimes with the signals we're dealing with, you can get what are called reflections off the hill. And you can get a false bearing because the signal is bouncing off the hills. Now we have a hill off to our left over there, and you know, little hills. We got a house over there kind of in the distance, and there's another house over there. I don't know if those would really have any effect, but so you've got kind of 3 strong signals that you need to decide from. And you were getting kind of a reading, right? And what do you think?
Well, when I was standing facing like this again this time, the strongest readings were to this way.
That's what I had before.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys think?
The strongest was that way, but it was fairly strong, but it came in strongest that way.
Now, you had an idea earlier. You said that you wanted to get up on a hill and maybe take a reading from on top of the hill. And one of the reasons that that's a good idea is because it helps you to kind of get rid of those reflections. So you've got a choice to make. Do you want to go up that hill right there and take a reading up there? Or do you trust your bearing and want to go back the way we came that way? What do you guys think?
I don't trust it at all.
You don't trust it?
I'd rather go up on the hill.
So we're going to go up on the hill, I guess, right? Lead the way. So we're on top of that little hill. You're going to take another reading? If it's too strong, you can turn the attenuator a bit.
I get that way.
That way?
Yeah, by a lot.
It's got to be right near us.
Okay.
I have 5 that way.
Pretty much any direction I turn.
Okay, so we're at the highest point sort of around, and we're going to try and take another reading now, and we'll see what we get.
Max can move that way. That's the only place I get Max.
How do you have the attenuator set? Is it all the way up on max now?
Not all the way.
Okay.
I'm
Mostly.
getting stronger that way too.
Now what are you doing? You took your little
I
bobby
took the
pin
bobby
paper
pin
clip out.
and I wasn't getting steady, but strongest bars were around in this way. And with the bobby pin, it was full, wasn't fluctuating at all, and no matter which direction. So taking this out with no antenna, signals halfway, 3/4 towards, you know, my left.
All right, you lead the way.
Okay.
Well, except that's a cliff over there, so you might want to go around it.
Yeah. Mine's like 4 or 5 that way, and it's like 7 or 8 that way. Well, we'll check this lower area for now.
Okay.
So we're down off the top of the ledge. You guys are going to try again right here, I guess, right?
Yeah, mine still points that way.
Without the bobby pin, it was still fluctuating, but pretty strong.
It's off the side The way it works is you're going to get the strongest signal off the sides of the radio, even without the antenna. It's not as if like this is pointing to it.
So the strongest signal was more so to this side of it than this side of it.
Well, that's kind of rough ground right there, so yeah, you might not want to bring it.
That's the only reason I know.
That's where this little antenna comes in if you wanted to use it, or you can look by eye. It's up to you.
I'll use that.
This antenna is actually cut for a different frequency than what we're actually using with these other radios and antennas. But because it's cut for another frequency, it should give us a lower signal, right? So that'll actually help us,
So
especially if you guys think we're close.
Can you turn it down on this one or not?
No, that one you can't turn down. Is it too strong?
Yeah.
Okay, so that may not work. So we have another trick that we can do, but we need that other radio to do it. So we think we're getting close. So what we've done is we've switched over to the little antenna, the one for 70 centimeters. And what we're going to try and do is receive what's called the third harmonic of the Foxbox. So the Foxbox is transmitting at a certain frequency. But what ends up happening is that radios aren't perfect. So they actually transmit on odd multiples of their center frequency, but very weakly. So we're trying to find what they call the third harmonic, or 3 times the frequency that it's really set to. So that's what we've tuned that radio to, and that's what this antenna is tuned for. So now hopefully that weak signal is weak enough for us to be able to get a bearing, and you can find your way from that. So in order to key it up though, this radio doesn't transmit on that frequency, it only receives. So you need to use that one to activate the box.
Okay, ready, Luke? We're gonna
yeah.
key it up.
Oh my.
Is it still too strong? Or are you able to get a bearing?
We'll turn this down.
Or are you not getting anything?
I'm not getting anything.
Okay, so that maybe means we're not close enough to hear the third harmonic. Do you want to continue trying with that in this area, or do you want to go further?
I'm gonna go that way.
Just through the woods?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And you're just going to look with your eyes?
Yeah. I guess I'll try this maybe.
Are you hearing
I
it?
had something barely for like a split second that way. Oh, I saw something. Maybe we should go back onto the trail and then come this way on the trail, because it's kind of...
Is the the trail's right over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
and so you don't want to go through all this? Okay.
I don't want to...
And that's another good trick. If you get into a situation like this where you can't get through an obstacle, go around it and see what you get.
Oh, wait. The Foxbox is that way then.
You think it's there?
Yeah, I think it's like right over there. Because from over there, it was pointing this way, and from here, it's pointing that way.
KB1 WQK.
So he's getting it weak on that, which is what you would expect. Is it coming stronger now?
Oh my gosh! Right over there?
Yeah.
He's got to come fox hunting all the time with us.
So there it is. Right there where I left it, behind that rock, in the laurel bushes. All right, so you guys found the Foxbox. What do you think? What are your final thoughts on the fox hunt?
It was
It's
fun.
Yeah?
Luke found it.
Well, he had the kind of the better antenna.
Well,
You were
that just shows how you really needed a directional when you're close to it, and the bobby pin and the no bobby pin just gives you a generalized idea, and where that narrowed it down. He went to either side of it and said it's in the middle, like either side of the trail, and he said it seems closer to the other side of the trail.
Whoops.
And sure enough, that's where he found it.
What do you think? Any thoughts?
It's cool.
We'll do it again sometime.
So those were the highlights from our little fox hunt. Let us know down in the comments what you thought. And if you've been out fox hunting, let us know what type of equipment you've used. And my son is interested. If you've been out doing a Foxbox hunt like this, what's your fastest time? Thanks for watching.
KB1 WQK.